It's track reviews.
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. And it's time for a review, a track review of this brand new track from One Direction member Harry Styles, who is pretty deep into his solo career at this point. New project on the way, a brand new single kicking things off. I do want to mention really quickly, this hat on my head, this custom embroidered Blanktony Blanktano hat, you can get your own too. Whether it be in a dad hat, a snapback, or a beanie, use the link down below. Get your own custom Blanktony Blanktano hat and look as fine as your boy. All right, Harry Styles, Lights Up, brand new song. Admittedly, there were some tracks from his last record that I thought were really good, really promising. Harry Styles may have a somewhat artsier and more, I guess, substantive career as a solo songwriter going forward than I think a lot of his cohorts from One Direction may in the future, because truth be told, I'm not liking a whole lot of Zayn's stuff. I'm not liking a whole lot of Liam's stuff. Harry, while I was not crazy about the last record in 2017, it certainly was the best post One Direction solo effort so far. So, I don't know. Lights Up. Let's give it a try. Let's see what's going on. Maybe it's better than most of what was from the last batch. And yeah, ba-bam. Harry Styles, Lights Up. That wasn't amazing. I'm not going to say I'm head over heels for that or anything like that. I would be blowing smoke up your ass if I did, but I did like it. I did like it. I think it was better from a lyrical standpoint than his big debut single that teased his first full-length album, which, I mean, the lyrics were really kind of the Achilles heel of that record and how repetitive the song was generally. This track, the opposite. I thought the lyrics were better. I thought that the instrumental, really, there's a lot of transitions in this instrumental for a pop song, especially in the first leg. It's almost jarring to a degree. You wouldn't expect so many instrumental change-ups and switch-ups, and there's certainly some ideas being pulled out of the hip-hop production playbook in the assembly of this track, considering some of the skipping starts and loops, as well as the way the beat is just kind of flowing across the instrumental. Really, I guess, shimmering instrumentation. There were some elements of the vocals that reminded me a little bit of Maroon 5. There was some elements of how grand the presentation was that reminded me a little bit of Sam Smith. I'm not sure what else to say about in terms of the similarities of sounds going on here. It's very well produced. It's a very pristine sound, but still maintains a very organic and pretty in-the-moment sort of vibe. It's certainly not overproduced, I'll say that much. Singing felt a little high in the throat, a little nasally, but it wasn't bad. Again, that's mostly what reminded me of Maroon 5 and Adam Levine in terms of the tone of the singing. I thought that the ending was a little inconsequential, but other than that, it's a pretty sweet tune. The groove was great. Again, the instrumentation sounded very pretty. Harry's vocals maybe not as dramatic as they were on some key tracks from his last full-length album, but again, singing was pleasant, singing was sweet on the ears, and I especially loved that portion of the track in the second leg where we had that chorus of singers sort of come in and start repeating that very, very, very catchy refrain. So tastefully assembled, sounding really nice, and yeah, I don't know if I really have too much to say about this track other than that I think it certainly could have hit harder. There were some elements about it that to me felt a little background music, you know, a little too pleasant to the point where maybe it doesn't stand out too much. Also, for a track titled Lights Up, it feels a lot more like Lights Down. This song is pretty melancholy in a lot of respects and very nocturnal, a little shadowy as well, though it's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of pop these days does tend to run a little moody, and I guess it's interesting to hear Harry embracing that trend in his own sort of way. Again, liked the track, thought it was pretty good. Harry Styles, Lights Up. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Lights Up, Harry Styles, forever.